What up, fellow YouTubers? This is Technoids. I'm gonna do some opinions of what I think of Medal of Honor 2010 version. I enjoyed the single-player campaign. Kept me really interested. It kept me wanting to keep on playing it, even though it was very, very short. An average playtime could probably be 2-3 hours, somewhere along there. It's pretty short, spanning across 10 missions. Half of the missions you play as one character, and then the other 5 you play as 3 other characters. You play as a AFO Neptune, Tier 1 operator known as Rabbit, who I would like to say, spoiler alert, dies at the end, unfortunately, which I thought was like a WTF moment right there, which, really surprised me, man. I mean, how many games can you think of that the main character dies, or a movie? Hardly any. The other 5 missions, you play as Dante Adams for 2 of the missions. I could think of Belly of the Beast and Rescue the Rescuers. Which Rescue the Rescuers is the mission that you find out that AFA Neptune Tier 1 operator Rabbit dies. 2 missions, you play as Deuce along with Tier 1 operator Dusty as your AI teammate. Some of those missions are fun, especially riding in the quad, which was kind of like the same as Modern Warfare 2 with the snowmobiles and stuff. And I also get across that there's another scene. Forget. Oh yeah, it was Neptune's Net, I think it was, the mission where you're on a rescue mission trying to get to Rabbit and Mother. I believe. But the fact of that is that you're in this little kind of hut, and then all of a sudden you got to go down prone, because they're all spraying all bullets through, and they're shooting RPG in there, and then finally then you get put into like last stand mode, kind of with a pistol, and it's sort of like Modern Warfare 2, where I forget what mission Modern Warfare 2. It's been a while since I played the single player campaign in that one, but it's right where it's in the mission towards the end where General Shepard. It was a state takedown or something like that, where General Shepard is just before you're in last stand and Ghost is pulling you along from the tree line because there's gonna be an airstrike. General Shepard shoots you and Ghost with his 44 Magnum. It was in that mission where you're handed a gun. I just see some similar events between that Medal of Honor EA Los Angeles copied from Infinity Ward, with Modern Warfare 2, but yet I also see some events in Call of Duty World at War that were similar to Medal of Honor Frontlines. I don't know. It seems sometimes games these days don't really come up with their own creative, events, scenes in the game. They kind of have to, be related to other games. I really don't see how is it that, game developers can't kind of come up with a scene that isn't similar to another game in the same, genre market too. It just seems kind of weird. But again, I thought this single player campaign was very awesome, but again, it was way too short. I didn't like the ending when you have a Prowler 4 transport helicopter. I really don't know the specific name, but is leaving Takugar Mountain, which is right where Rabbit, one of the main character, dies, since he plays through half of after the campaign. But the very ending, just the very ending, just before you have the, you know, I'd say maybe 2 to 3 minute kind of you know, I don't know, prayers, or, you know, like just paragraphs, or just of like thank you to, you know, the servicemen in our military. You know, you'll know what I mean when you play this game. But just before that, you see 2 guys at a table sipping tea, and then they are kind of spying on a guy, and then it just cuts out. This kind of leads me to thinking that there may be a possible second Medal of Honor game after the 2010 one. Because I don't know why they would show that and just have it cut. It's like a teaser trailer for a next Medal of Honor, to tell you the truth. But this then leads me to thinking that how is AFO Neptune Tier 1 you know, squad, if you will, be a 4-man team again? And my answer to that is that they might, EA Los Angeles might bring along Dante Adams from the 175th Rangers Regiment into play for Rabbit's place. So you'll have, so I'm guessing that in the possible second Medal of Honor game, after the 2010 one, you're gonna see in the AFO Neptune Tier 1 Operator pack, is you're gonna have Mother, Preacher, Voodoo, and Dante Adams. I can almost guarantee you that. Possibly. I'm not gonna, you know, but I just got a feeling that that's what's gonna happen after seeing, you know, possibly a 30-second teaser trailer, you know, if you could call it that, which you probably should, of the very ending, after you find out that, you know, Rabbit died. You see, you know, these 2 guys in probably Afghanistan, you know, spying on a guy, which is probably Al-Qaeda, or Al-Qaeda, however you want to pronounce it. Probably that, I can almost guarantee you that. I can almost guarantee you that. Like, I have high hopes for my opinion in here, and let it just show that I was probably the first one to, you know, give my opinion on what this with the possible second, you know, Medal of Honor game could play out be, where you're gonna have Dante Adams subbing for Rabbit in the AFO Neptune pack, and that there's also gonna be a second one, obviously, but it's also gonna still take place in Afghanistan, and you're possibly gonna get. It may still be Afghanistan. It may not be. I mean, I don't think it might. I don't know, unless, you know, Al-Qaeda might think that he might need to leave Afghanistan because he just needs to get into his hiding spot, crawl into a little hole like a little bitch that he is, because he's a little scared of us U.S. military. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking exactly that. Hope you kind of maybe saw through my eyes what Medal of Honor was to me, and maybe possibly about a second one. If you think differently about the ending, or if you think that there is not going to be a second Medal of Honor, leave your comments below. Of course, I and others would like to know what you feel like. Or you can do a video response, you know, in like what I'm doing, you know, just take a video of what you think, and what, you know, basically that. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.